Why did the Pete DeBoer thing not happen sooner?
Yeah, it needed to happen sooner.
I'll also say this.
Sooner, but
so let me just dig for this really quick.
And here's the thing, Jake. My problem isn't them firing Pete DeBoer at all. My problem is that they ever fired Gerard Gallant in the first place.
That is the bigger issue. That's the biggest issue because we've seen, and shout out to Urinating Tree for his Fear and Loathing in Vegas video, because for a shit poster, this guy is so smart.
Yes.
And so just cutting.
He puts everything into perspective really well.
Yes.
And for a guy who does videos for the sole purpose of making people laugh.
And sometimes not even that, because this felt so much more informative.
Yeah.
This let you in on the fact that the fool's gold of their cup run in year one
has led to a lot of turnover, which will probably backfire.
And an actual casino mentality like their city, which is disgusting. But the big actual,
go there.
Why doesn't Kane go there?
Yep.
But Pete DeBoer is out, and assistants Steve Spott and Ryan McGill have also been relieved of their duties. Now, I know a lot of Vegas fans were, they've been calling for Pete's head, but they've also been calling for Spott's head because their power play was god awful.
Do you know what Pete DeBoer needs?
And Steve Spott is one of DeBoer's guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if McGill is either.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, but Spott and DeBoer are, tied at the hip.
Yeah. Do you know what Pete DeBoer desperately needs?
A vacation.
He needs an agent like Alan Walsh to make a photo of him getting stabbed in the back.
And it's a sword, and it says McCrimmon or Foley on it.
And when McCrimmon gets fired by Vegas,
it's going to say Foley on it.
It's just Foley on it. It's just a chain that keeps continuing.
God. Dude, this is a team that's going into, going to have only their third coach in franchise history that's already become super unlikable. This team went from lovable underdog to complete assholes in a matter of 3 years.
They've made the playoffs 5 out of 6 years now. Right? 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 21. Or wait.
2020 bubble and 2021, I'm pretty sure. Yes.
So, okay. So 4 out of 5 years.
Technically, yes.
Yes, 4 out of 5 years they have made the playoffs.
Yes.
And they've made a Stanley Cup final in that time as well.
In the first time.
And
this is again. Yes, the conference final against the Sharks.
Yes.
Which was another huge blow to people's reactions to this team.
Yeah.
And how they whined over the Game 7 performance and having to kill off this 5-minute.
Well, that was in the first round.
Was it?
So Cup final, first round loss to the Sharks, and then conference final against Dallas, conference final against Montreal. So they made it to 3 conference finals. They're 1-2 in them. They beat Winnipeg the one time, made it to a Stanley Cup final. All this success, they're going into year 6, and they're on their 3rd head coach. And all the moves that they've made in between, trading for Tomas Tatar, and then trading him for Max Pacioretty, and
getting rid of Nick Suzuki,
Pietrangelo,
signing Pietrangelo,
Eichel,
yep,
for Evgeny Dodonov.
Trading for Robin Leonard. Trading Marc-Andre Fleury, who was your face of your franchise from the beginning.
Oh my fucking Lord. They have made so many moves.
And they're the most brutal, cutthroat, heartless moves you can make.
Organization in doing it.
They don't care.
They don't care about people. And that's a major problem, and that is going to be their downfall.
Yes.
And nobody's going to feel bad for them.
No, no, hell no, not anymore. And the Dadonov thing not going off, like that, just another layer to the onion. The most
likable teams in hockey their first year to one of the most hated.
Within 3.
Yeah. So I don't
I
feel bad for Pete DeBoer because of the way he's handled a lot of things. I don't feel bad for the organization for missing the playoffs. I don't feel bad for Jack. I don't feel bad for any of them. You know who I feel bad for? I feel bad for Nate Schmidt. I feel bad for Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yes.
I feel bad for those guys.
I feel bad for Ryan Reeves.
I feel bad for Evgeny Dodonov.
I feel so bad for Evgeny Dodonov. They could really use a guy like a Nick Suzuki or a Brandstrom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They could absolutely use a Nick Suzuki right now.
Yeah. As far as the coaching vacancy goes, though, like I said, Barry Trotz is the shiny new toy. Oh God, can you imagine Jack Eichel with either Torts or Trotz?
I could see him with Trotz. Trotz wouldn't be an issue. Him with Torts would be an issue.
You think Trotz wouldn't be an issue? He's an offensive dynamo center.
He's good defensively.
He's good enough defensively, then maybe.
Yeah, no, his underlying numbers defensively are outstanding.
Okay, then maybe it wouldn't be as much of a bad
I don't think it'd be an issue.
Paul Maurice is out there still.
Paul Maurice is interesting.
Paul Maurice is out there still. Obviously, Joel Quenneville's out there, and he's not getting a job anywhere.
Oh, let me play you a song, Jake, on the world's smallest violin.
But yeah, Vegas. It's an awkward note to end this episode on, eh?
Yeah.